The worst lie my friend told me destroyed my wedding day. I never thought my best friend, the person I considered closer than a sibling, would be the one to ruin what was supposed to be the happiest day of my life. Sarah and I had been inseparable since high school. From late-night talks to road trips, we had been through it all. So, when I got engaged to my fiancé, Liam, she was the first person I told. She cried, hugged me, and promised she would make my wedding unforgettable. I had no idea how true that would turn out to be. Sarah was my maid of honor. She insisted on helping me with everything, the dress fittings, venue scouting, even dealing with family drama. I trusted her completely. But as the wedding day approached, she started acting strange. She would give Liam cold stares when she thought I wasn't looking, or suddenly leave the room when we were talking about the wedding. I chalked it up to stress. Planning a wedding was chaotic, and Sarah was deeply involved in every step. 2 weeks before the wedding, she dropped a bombshell on me. During a casual coffee meetup, Sarah leaned in and said, "I need to tell you something about Liam." My stomach dropped. The look on her face told me it wasn't good. She said, "I've been debating whether or not to say this, but you deserve to know. Liam cheated on you." I felt like the air had been knocked out of me. "What?" I managed to choke out. Sarah explained that Liam had cheated with a coworker months ago and had been hiding it from me. She claimed she found out through a mutual acquaintance, but hadn't wanted to say anything unless she was sure. "I just want you to be happy," she said, her voice trembling. My heart was shattered. Liam and I had been together for 5 years, and I never doubted his loyalty. But Sarah was my best friend, and why would she lie about something like this? I confronted Liam that night, tears streaming down my face as I repeated what Sarah had told me. He looked stunned. "What? That's insane," he said. He denied everything, swearing on his life that he never cheated. I wanted to believe him, but Sarah's words lingered in my mind. Why would she make this up? The next few days were a blur of confusion and heartbreak. Liam tried to reassure me, but doubt had crept into my heart. I canceled the bachelorette party Sarah had planned, unable to face her or anyone else. I even considered postponing the wedding. The night before the wedding, I decided to confront Sarah one more time. I asked her for proof, something to back up her claims. She hesitated, but then said, "I don't have any proof. But trust me, I wouldn't lie to you about this." That wasn't enough for me. I couldn't go into my wedding day with this hanging over my head. That night, Liam begged me to believe him. "I don't know why Sarah would say this, but I swear, I love you. I've never cheated." Something in his voice broke through my doubt. I decided to go through with the wedding, but kept Sarah at arm's length. The day of the wedding arrived. The venue was perfect, the decorations stunning, but I couldn't shake the pit in my stomach. Sarah was unusually quiet as we got ready. She barely looked at me, and when it was time for her maid of honor speech, she looked nervous, then she opened her mouth and everything fell apart. "I've been holding something in for a long time," Sarah began, her voice shaky. "I love you, but I can't watch you marry someone who doesn't deserve you. Liam cheated on you, and I can't stay silent anymore." Gasps filled the room. I froze, my heart racing. Liam stood up, his face red with anger. "That's a lie," he shouted. "Why are you doing this?" The guests looked at me, waiting for a reaction. I felt humiliated, betrayed, and utterly lost. I ran out of the room, my wedding dress catching on the doorway as tears blurred my vision. Liam followed me, pleading for me to listen. "I don't know why she's doing this, but I didn't cheat. Please, you have to believe me." Something in his desperation made me pause. I don't know what to believe anymore, I whispered. That night, I stayed in a hotel alone, my mind racing. Why would Sarah do this on my wedding day? Was she telling the truth, or was there something more to her outburst? The next day, I called her, demanding answers. At first, she stuck to her story, but when I pushed harder, her facade cracked. She admitted she had lied. I thought you deserved someone better than Liam, she confessed. I've always loved you, and I thought if I could make you see who he really was, maybe... She trailed off, her voice breaking. I was speechless. Sarah, my best friend, had destroyed my wedding because of her own feelings. Her selfishness had caused me to doubt Liam, humiliate him in front of everyone, and ruin what should have been the happiest day of our lives. I cut Sarah out of my life that day. It wasn't easy, but I couldn't forgive her for the damage she had caused. Liam and I worked hard to rebuild our trust, and eventually we had a small, intimate ceremony with just our closest family and friends. To this day, I still feel a gasp of pain when I think about Sarah and the lie that nearly tore my life apart. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Even the people closest to you can betray you in ways you never imagined. Liam and I are still together and happy, but now I feel funny whenever we try to talk about what happened and Sarah is trying to come back into our lives. I am not sure what to do. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.